Hi Leo, this is your April 21st through the 27th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads on this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already married or in a relationship. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the fifth spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Leo. We have the Two of Cups, the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Nine of Cups. We also have the Knight of Wands, clarified by the Six of Wands. In the potential outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor and the Four of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You're probably dealing with a fellow fire sign. Here is Leo or Sagittarius. Let's talk about assumptions real quick. I assume you're the Queen of Wands here, the second card from the left, and I assume you're dealing with the Emperor in the middle of the potential outcome, just to make it easier for me to interpret, because otherwise I'll have too many different scenarios, all right? So those are the assumptions. You're the Queen of Wands, they're the Emperor. The Emperor could simply be an Aries you're dealing with. Aries is a fire sign, and by the way, this is mostly fire. Mostly fire. We do have some water here and there, but it's mostly fire. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person is a fellow fire sign, most likely an Aries with that Emperor card, right? But at the same time, the Emperor often comes through as a husband figure, spouse figure, significant other figure. The Emperor is not to be taken lightly. The Emperor always keeps their word. You know, the Emperor could be somebody who is very established as an individual. Yeah, but since this Emperor showed up in the potential outcome, yeah, it is a husband, spouse figure, or an Aries. Aries who is going to be your future spouse. Okay? This reading starts with the Two of Cups. One of the Two Cups cards, right? The Two of Cups. Right out the gate, that was the very first card that showed up. Right? It is a card of a soulmate connection. It is a card of when two people are on the same page, feeling the same way towards one another. And since this card showed up right away, I think you guys will connect, you will click immediately. Okay? You will have a lot in common. You are very similar individuals. Perhaps you're into the same things, and maybe you're just gonna fall for each other really hard from what I see, right? The Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, all the way to your right. The Ace of Wands is a fire sign indicator, but it's the most passionate ace out of all 4 aces. And kind of in the middle right there, the last card that showed up in the main spread is the Knight of Wands, clarified by the Six of Wands. The Knight of Wands is also the most passionate knight out of all 4 knights. The Knight of Wands is a small red flag, I guess, but not in this situation, not in your case. I think the Knight of Wands is just you two wanting to do interesting things together, if you know what I mean, especially with that Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck also being here, right? The Knight of Wands, I think that you two will share that night. Both of you will get super excited, both of you will get really passionate for one another, and you'll be like wanting to spend a lot of time together. Alright, the Six of Wands clarifying the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it is a card of attention. It is a card of victory, success. It's a card of feeling good about yourself, feeling good about what's going on. As I was clarifying the Queen of Wands, I simply asked how will Leo feel about what's going on, and the Nine of Cups showed up. But it is a card of a wish come true. Okay, that's how you'll feel. You'll feel like it's a wish come true. It's also a card of a satisfaction and fulfillment. Okay, going back to that potential outcome, besides the Emperor, we also have the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is a start of a new cycle, but since it's in the potential outcome, it's a start of a new cycle on the next level up. The Wheel of Fortune is also a card of travel. It's a very fortunate card, hence the word fortune in its name. And the Four of Wands right next to the deck, yep, it is a card of a commitment of marriage. Some people call it the 1111 card. We do have multiple marriage cards. We do have multiple commitment cards in the tarot deck. And and that particular one showed up, right? The Wands. The fire one. So I assume you're probably dealing with a fire sign, fellow fire sign, right? And yeah, looks awesome. Again, instant connection, instant chemistry. This is your soulmate. You guys will be getting a lot of things done together. And it will just keep on going for you two. All right? Really happy for you, Leo. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Leo, this spread is for you. We have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Magician. We have the Six of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Wands. We also have the Queen of Wands and the World on the bottom of the deck. Out of zodiac signs, I see Gemini and Virgo. So there's definitely a trip. This will resonate with you if somebody is traveling this week, or maybe planning a trip, right? We have 3 cards on the table that could be interpreted as cards of, travel, getting on a plane, getting in a train, and travel and go. All right, those 3 cards are the Six of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Wands in the middle. 1 travel card is clarified by another, and the World on the bottom of the deck. The World could be someplace remote, right? So somebody is traveling. If you're not officially married yet, maybe you're moving in. Maybe they're moving in with you. Okay, or you're moving in with them, or somebody is relocating. If your person was away from you before this week, maybe they're coming back. Okay, maybe they were away on a business trip, or maybe they were away attending to their extended family or to something else, or maybe they were at a conference and they're deciding to go back. Okay, by the way, yes, the Ace of Swords clarified by the Magician, yeah, it is a card of somebody being very decisive. And somebody says yes, or somebody says this is how it's going to be, and those 2 cards are definitely action-taking oriented cards, right? The Magician is a card of manifestation, but it is a card of taking action. And so is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a card of clarity. It's one of the yes cards in the tarot deck. And then we have 2 travel cards, the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands. And we have you. I assume you're the Queen of Wands here, unless you're dealing with another fire sign. And the World is either another travel card, or it is a card of a chapter, some kind of a chapter coming to an end. Right? Some kind of a chapter ends, and perhaps a new, better chapter where the 2 of you are definitely together is about to begin. But I don't think they're moving away from you. They're moving towards you. Right? Because the Queen of Wands came out at the end. So the Six of Swords, the Eight of Wands clarifying, those 2 cards are directed at you. They're coming to you, or they're coming back to you if they were away up until this point. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Leo, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Five of Cups, clarified by the Three of Swords. We have Strength, clarified by the Eight of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Star. And we have the Sun on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, perhaps even another Leo. As a matter of fact, Leo, we have both of your major arcana cards on the table. Both Strength and the Sun are your major arcana cards. Well, it could be you. It could be just you in both of those 2 cards. This is like a classic, please forgive me, I miss you, I messed up reading. Leo, it really is. All right? A classic one. Because we start with the Five of Cups, clarified by the Three of Swords. Yeah, the Five of Cups is a card of regret, grief, disappointment. The Three of Swords, clarifying it, is a card of a broken heart. Then we have Strength, clarified by the Eight of Wands. Strength, like I said, that's you. Or Strength is a card of courage to reach back out to you and capitulate. The Eight of Wands, clarifying that, is a card of communication. A lot of communication. It's also a card of travel. So if they're at a distance from you, they will travel to see you. All right. The Eight of Wands is also a card of the Cupid's arrows, right? And we have that Ace of Cups, clarified by the Star. The Ace of Cups is a love offer, genuine, true love offer, to be fair to this person. And the Star, clarifying it, could be an Aquarius you're dealing with, but the Star is also a card of healing. All right. So yeah, like I said, the classic please forgive me reading. And the Sun on the bottom of the deck, if it's not you, then it could be the other Leo if you're dealing with another Leo. But the Sun is also a card of clarity, and it's the happiest card in the deck. So maybe this is you, happy at least about the fact that this person is reaching out to you and apologizing to you. Okay, Leo, so yeah, I don't know what you're going to do. I know you never take anybody back, but if it is Leo versus Leo, maybe you guys can make an exception for each other. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Leo, this week. We have the Hermit, the Two of Cups clarified by the Six of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Virgo. So here's what's going on. Either before this week or I guess in the beginning of this week, there's going to be a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking, a lot of maybe juggling right? Because we have the Hermit in the beginning, and we have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I think those two cards should be looked at together. So the Hermit could be a Virgo you're dealing with, but it more strikes me like your energy. Or maybe you're going to make an offer to somebody and they will have to think about it. I think whoever is on the receiving end will need to process this, will need to wrap their head around some kind of an offer. Right? Because the Hermit is a card of a thinker, right? Somebody who goes within, doing some soul searching, going through some kind of a thought process. And the Two of Pentacles is like, should I do this? Should I not? To be or not to be? Should I go or not? Should I accept this offer or not? And the answer will most likely be yes. There could be some kind of negotiations with those two cards, especially with the Two of Pentacles. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a handshake. There's going to be some kind of an agreement with the Two of Cups, because that's how I usually interpret the Two of Cups, as a handshake, right? This is when two people, two parties, or one company and a person come to some kind of an agreement and shake hands, establish some kind of a partnership, sign paperwork, go into some kind of an alliance and things like that. Accept jobs, accept promotions. You get the idea. The Six of Wands clarifying that there is a card of victory. It is a card of victory. And it's also a card of like being promoted, being recognized, and then we have the Three of Wands right next to the deck. So I think in this case, the Three of Wands is what comes after that handshake, after the Two of Cups. It's like you're going to be looking forward to working in the new environment, or you're going to be looking forward to starting a new job, or like assuming a new position at work or something. The Three of Wands always talks about like the future, looking forward to the future, right? It's also a card of somebody who made up their mind, somebody who made a decision. You may have to wait a little bit after that, because the Three of Wands is a card of waiting. But if it is a waiting card, this waiting is usually after some kind of a decision has already been made. So perhaps you're going to shake hands, you're going to put down signatures, but there's going to be like a bit of a waiting period for something to begin. Okay? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Leo. We have the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups clarified by the Star. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We also have Aquarius on the table. It's an apology. It's an apology from this Queen of Cups. That kind of assumes that, first of all, you have this Queen of Cups in your life. And second of all, obviously, you're going to get into some kind of a confrontation with this person. Okay? Perhaps you haven't met this person yet. All right? And you're going to meet with them, and then you're going to have some kind of a fight with them, and then they will apologize to you. Or if you already have this Queen of Cups in your life, there could still be a conflict between the two of you, and then they will apologize to you. Because this is what this reading is about. A conflict with that Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is sometimes cards on the bottom of the deck is what happens unexpectedly. Okay, but then we have the Page of Cups in the beginning, and together with the Five of Wands and actually the Star clarifying the Queen of Cups, yeah, it is an apology. That Page of Cups is an apology. Right? The Queen of Cups is most likely a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but the Star is a card of the Star is an Aquarius card, but the Star is a card of healing. Okay, it is a card of healing. The Ace of Pentacles, the last card that came out, yeah. If you decide to put your differences aside, if you decide to accept the apology, it will turn out to be a golden opportunity with that Ace of Pentacles. And by the way, this can be about anything. It could be about love, friendship, work. It could be a sibling. It could be a neighbor, whoever. Whoever this Queen of Cups is to you. I think the universe is hinting that due to, patching things up, if they get back into your good graces, it will be beneficial to you with that Ace of Pentacles. All right, so keep that in mind. So that's what I have for you, Leo, for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Leo, have an amazing week.